Chapter 1402. Daring to battle a god sovereign. As expected, the passive spells and soul curses, aside from an increase in fusion degree from 110% to 150%, did not undergo any fundamental changes. Among them, the cooldown time of Undying Undead was reduced to 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. This allows the undead to have 5 chances to resurrect within 2 minutes, an improvement from the previous 150 seconds. Physical resistance, elemental resistance, and damage transfer all saw their damage reduction effects increase to 3 times. Coupled with his talent, Lin Moyu's damage reduction now exceeds 1,000,000 times. Lin Moyu had previously fought against a god sovereign, and it would no longer be easy for an ordinary low-level god sovereign to kill him. At least, it wouldn't be as simple as before, where a single attack combined with soul tracking could kill him once, directly triggering his talent. The power of corpse explosion also increased from 110% of the corpse's life force to 150%, which is a significant improvement. This gave Lin Moyu more confidence, enough to face a god sovereign. The 3 major curse spells did not change much. The increase in fusion degree made their attack stronger, and the power of the time curse formed by their fusion also increased. Lin Moyu estimated that the time curse could completely kill enemies of the same realm and severely injure 2nd and 3rd tier god kings. Even those of higher realms would be affected, and even if they were not injured, the soul-level pain would still be hard to bear. It was very useful for interrupting enemy spells, harassment, and control. These spells were already very strong, but to go further, creativity, time, and opportunity were all indispensable. Especially opportunity, which is something that cannot be sought. Just like the fusion of Bone Hell this time, it was an opportunity. Without the mysterious iron block given by Su Jianxing, Bone Hell would not have successfully fused. Now, the infinite fusion spell star's energy was exhausted, and neither the talent giant tree nor divine power could help it recover. The next fusion was uncertain, and it was unknown whether it would succeed. After reviewing the other spells, Lin Moyu finally focused on the summoning spells. The summoning spells formed a 9-star spell, which was Lin Moyu's signature spell. The Undead Legion had always been his most important means of dealing with enemies. Whether it was the Skeleton King, the mutated Legion rulers, or the Skeleton God generals who once shone brightly and slaughtered countless demons, they all had strong combat power. Just this series of spells met all the requirements from top combat power to quantity. Even if taken out individually, they could become a powerful legacy. Moreover, they could form a 9-star spell system which was legendary in the Great World. The interaction and influence of the spells greatly increased their power. Lin Moyu first looked at the strongest summoning spell. Summon Skeleton King, fusion degree 150%. Fuses the power of skeletons to summon the Skeleton King. At least 100 skeletons are needed, and up to 100 million skeletons can be fused. Summoning the Skeleton King does not make the skeletons disappear, nor does it reduce their power. ***. The increase in fusion degree raised the upper limit of summoning the Skeleton King by 10 times. Previously, it could only fuse the power of up to 10 million skeletons, but now it could fuse the power of 100 million skeletons. The previous Skeleton King had reached the 9th tier of the God King, and now it was at least a minor god sovereign. Coupled with the talent bonus, Lin Moyu felt that his Skeleton King could completely compete with a minor Ming Wang Bodhisattva. He thought of Xiao Shang not far away, who was also a minor god sovereign. Lin Moyu felt that Xiao Shang might be slightly stronger than his Skeleton King. Another issue was whether he could gather 100 million skeletons for summoning. However, based on the interrelation of the spells, the scale of the Undead Legion would definitely increase significantly after this promotion. He would know after trying it out. The remaining summoning spells also became stronger. Skeleton God Warrior, Skeleton God Mage, and Skeleton Soul Archer. These 3 basic skeletons all reached the 3rd tier of the God King. The Skeleton God Generals formed by their fusion could reach the 8th tier of the God King. Death Knight and Bone Dragon both reached the 4th tier of the God King. Their Legion rulers' combat power directly reached the 9th tier of the God King, comparable to the pre-promotion Skeleton King. The number of troops they commanded remained the same, still 100,000. with 100,000 as one army, led by a legion ruler. The total number of resurrected dead reached 10 million, and the duration also reached 100 days. Only the elemental lich did not change much. The strength of the elemental lich was not related to Lin Moyu's realm. To have a powerful elemental lich, high-level, high-quality materials were needed. Otherwise, Lin Moyu would be helpless. Finally, the promotion was completely over, and the remaining task was to test the spells and replenish the undead legion. Lin Moyu slowly opened his eyes. His mind returned from the soul world, feeling the powerful force rising from all directions of his body, as if he could shatter stars with a wave of his hand. This was not an illusion. The physical body of the God King realm could indeed achieve this. When he clenched his fist, his blood boiled, and his whole body emitted a brilliant golden light. The God King golden body shone in the void, and the immense pressure of the 9th layer area could no longer harm Lin Moyu. Although Lin Moyu's God King golden body was only at the first tier, it was enough to resist.
This is the power of the God King realm, indeed different.
Lin Moyu muttered to himself. The simultaneous strengthening of his soul and body gave Lin Moyu ample confidence. Even if he faced a god sovereign now, he dared to fight. At this moment, Lin Moyu felt someone watching him. A gaze crossed 1,000 miles and fell on him. Lin Moyu looked in the direction of the gaze and saw Xiao Sheng.
Congratulations.
Xiao Sheng said concisely but sincerely. Lin Moyu flew to Xiao Sheng.
Senior, you flatter me. I still have a long way to go.
Xiao Sheng laughed.
No need to be modest. In the human race, those who can achieve perfect promotion are rare, maybe 1 in 100 years. In my era, besides me, there were only 2 others. In this era, it is probably also very few.
Achieving perfect promotion was extremely difficult, with very harsh conditions. Those who could do it were all top geniuses, the torchbearers of the human race. Xiao Sheng looked at Lin Moyu and slowly said,
Do you know how to continue improving the physical body in the God King realm?
Lin Moyu's heart moved.
Please enlighten me, Senior.
Xiao Sheng said in a low voice,
The physical body in the God King realm is different from the true God realm. Each tier of improvement will greatly enhance strength, much more exaggerated than the improvement of realm cultivation. To be blunt, a first-tier God King physical body cultivator can easily crush a soul cultivator of the same realm. Half of my achievements were made relying on my physical body.
Lin Moyu believed that what Xiao Sheng said was true. The benefits of a strong physical body were indeed significant. There was even a saying that a powerful physical body could destroy all laws with one punch. No matter what laws, in the face of truly powerful strength, were useless. Just like the law star in the depths, compressed beyond recognition, in the face of powerful strength, no law was of any use. Lin Moyu's heart surged with a desire for a powerful physical body. Xiao Sheng pointed to the 10th layer area.
Go to the 10th layer. You can elevate your physical body to the 2nd tier of the God King.
1403 Chapter 1403 The Creatures of the Mysterious Land. After reaching the God King realm, the difficulty of enhancing the physical body increases significantly. Lin Moyu had considered this when he thought about the 10th layer area, where one could elevate the physical body to the 2nd tier of the God King realm. Upon entering, he saw some talented clan members training there. Lin Moyu had already guessed their goal, to comprehend the laws and enhance their physical bodies. However, this method of enhancement was not very fast. Lin Moyu glanced at the pitch-black void, then retracted his gaze and cupped his hands towards Xiao Sheng.
Thank you, Senior Xiao, for your guidance. May I ask, Senior Xiao, how long did it take you to break through to the God King realm?
Xiao Sheng replied in a low voice.
Not long, 1 year and 3 days.
Lin Moyu was somewhat surprised at how precisely Xiao Sheng had calculated the time. He himself had a rough sense that it took about a year, but Xiao Sheng had it down to the day. There were less than 3 years left until the 4-star domain competition. Lin Moyu asked again.
How long would it take to elevate the physical body to the 2nd tier of the God King realm in the 10th layer area?
Xiao Sheng looked at Lin Moyu.
You are very young.
Lin Moyu did not respond, which was a tacit acknowledgement. Indeed, he was very young, only 35 years old. Among the human race, many at this age were still ordinary people, far from reaching the super-god realm. A 35-year-old god king had never appeared in the history of the human race. Lin Moyu still needed to participate in the 4-star domain competition and did not have much time. Moreover, the human race seniors he had seen before seemed to have stayed here for a long time. Lin Moyu felt that using the pressure of the mysterious land to enhance the physical body was indeed a gentle and harmless method, but it would take a very long time. Xiao Sheng said,
In the 10th layer area, it would take about 100 years to elevate the physical body to the 2nd tier of the God King realm.
100 years. Lin Moyu was speechless. He could not afford to spend that much time. Such a gentle method required a lot of time, which was clearly not suitable for him. Methods like the violent and dangerous ones of the Flash Star and Flash Fire were more suited to his breakthrough path. Lin Moyu was slightly disappointed.
Is there a faster method? 100 years is too long.
Xiao Shang looked at Lin Moyu for a long time before repeating,
You are really young.
There seemed to be a deeper meaning in his words, and then he sighed.
There is a method, but it is very dangerous.
Lin Moyu's eyes lit up.
Please, Senior Xiao, guide me.
Xiao Shang's gaze turned towards the core law star of the mysterious land. The answer was self-evident. The 10th layer area was not the end of the mysterious land, just the end of the area where the human race could train. Beyond the 10th layer area, the pressure would become even greater, surpassing the limit of endurance. Even if the pressure exceeded the limit of endurance, the help in enhancing the physical body would be minimal or even counterproductive. Since Xiao Shang said so, there must be something special there, and this special place must be accompanied by danger. Xiao Shang seemed hesitant, but under Lin Moyu's sincere gaze, he finally revealed the answer.
Beyond the 10th layer area, fly 10 million kilometers towards the Lost Star, and you will enter the core area of the mysterious land. In the core area, the pressure will become even greater and more chaotic. In some areas, the pressure will suddenly increase several times, not only harming the physical body but also the soul. At the same time, the immense pressure will make it difficult to mobilize the laws. Of course, you have perfectly ascended to the God King realm, and your control over the laws has reached a subtle level, so this aspect will have the least impact on you.
At this point, Xiao Sheng's voice paused. He saw that Lin Moyu's expression did not change, obviously not taking these dangers to heart. He guessed that Lin Moyu must have some trump card, as such a genius-level figure usually had the strength to fight across realms. Although he appeared to be at the 1st tier of the God King realm, he might be able to compete with those at the 4th or 5th tier of the God King realm. After a few seconds of silence, Xiao Shang continued,
There lives a kind of creature that is the key to quickly enhancing the physical body.
Lin Moyu's eyes finally changed. There were actually creatures there. Xiao Shang noticed Lin Moyu's change and sighed again.
You are very much like me when I was young, high-spirited and sharp.
Everyone who knew Xiao Shang knew that he was a typical representative of fighting his way up. When he was young, he was like an extremely sharp sword, and everyone had to avoid his edge. At that time, even if Xiao Shang encountered the strongest shield, he would fight to the death, even if it meant breaking the sword. But now, Lin Moyu felt that Xiao Shang was full of a sense of decay. The sword was rusty, and the sharpness was gone. Lin Moyu wanted to ask what had happened to make such a top genius become like this. Xiao Shang continued,
Those creatures are very peculiar, called the spirits of the mysterious land. They can manipulate the power of the void to attack, which seems to be a kind of law, yet different from other laws. By killing them, you can enhance your physical body. The more you kill, the faster your physical body enhances.
Lin Moyu asked.
How strong are the spirits of the mysterious land?
Xiao Sheng said.
They vary in strength. The weakest are at the 2nd or 3rd tier of the God King realm, and the strongest can reach the 9th tier of the God King realm. They are not evenly distributed, with no specific area. You might encounter a 9th tier spirit of the mysterious land as soon as you enter, or you might not encounter any for years.
Uneven distribution, Lin Moyu silently noted. This seemed to be one of the dangers, but on closer thought, this danger did not really exist. To enter the area where the spirits of the mysterious land lived, one must first pass through the 10th layer. But to pass through the 10th layer, the basic requirement was a God King realm physical body. From what he had seen before, besides Xiao Sheng, no one else had reached the God King realm physical body. Even if someone achieved a God King realm physical body, their strength would be at least at the 9th tier of the God King realm. Like the 3 people in the 8th layer, they were almost at that level. If they entered the area where the spirits of the mysterious land lived, even if they encountered the strongest spirit of the mysterious land, they would not need to be afraid. But Xiao Shang's mention of the spirits of the mysterious land was clearly with apprehension. Obviously, the danger was not limited to this. Lin Moyu thought a lot in an instant, making things clear and thorough. This was his habit, almost an instinct. Xiao Sheng's voice sounded again.
The spirits of the mysterious land, after being killed, will directly enhance the physical body. This enhancement is very violent and unreasonable. If you can't withstand it, your physical body will collapse, and your soul will be exposed to the immense pressure.
Before he finished speaking, Xiao Sheng's face suddenly showed a painful expression. His face turned pale in an instant, and although he was in the cold void, beads of sweat appeared on his forehead. His whole body was trembling, not the kind of trembling from resisting pressure, but trembling from pain. This pain came from the soul, and Lin Moyu could feel the chaotic fluctuations of Xiao Sheng's soul. Without thinking, a skeleton god warrior appeared beside him, and Lin Moyu activated the undead vision. The undead vision could directly observe the soul fire. Under the undead vision, Lin Moyu saw that although Xiao Sheng's soul fire was strong, it was full of cracks, as if it could collapse at any time. All the pain came from this. 1404 Chapter 1404 The weakest god sovereign in history. The pain of the soul is unbearable for ordinary people. Lin Moyu saw Xiao Sheng's body trembling uncontrollably, and it was hard to imagine the extent of the pain he was enduring. Yet, Xiao Sheng still stood tall, his large and sturdy body like a mountain, though this mountain was shaking. His mouth was tightly shut, not making a sound, all the pain suppressed within. His fists were clenched so tightly that the void seemed to be on the verge of being crushed, constantly emitting a booming sound. Waves of immense and invisible force spread out in all directions, instantly pushing Lin Moyu back 10,000 meters. Lin Moyu saw golden light flowing on Xiao Sheng's body. It was also the God King golden body, but Xiao Sheng's was clearly stronger than his own.
His physical body has at least reached the 3rd tier of the God King realm. Senior brother Zhao's soul.
Lin Moyu felt that Xiao Sheng's soul was somewhat strange. It seemed to be at the level of a minor god sovereign, slightly stronger than a minor Mingwang bodhisattva. But upon closer inspection, it seemed much stronger than a minor Mingwang bodhisattva, as if it had entered another level. There is no other realm between a minor god sovereign and a god sovereign. After a minor god sovereign comes a god sovereign. This puzzled Lin Moyu. After a while, Xiao Sheng's soul gradually stabilized, and he began to relax. He looked like he had just experienced a terrifying battle, having consumed a great deal of energy. Lin Moyu flew back.
Senior brother Xiao, is your soul injured?
Xiao Sheng smiled slightly.
I was too reckless back then. I killed several 9th tier God King level spirits of the mysterious land in one go, and my physical body couldn't withstand it and collapsed. Just my luck, my soul was also squeezed.
Xiao Sheng didn't need to continue. Lin Moyu could already guess what happened next. His physical body collapsed, and his soul was exposed to immense pressure. Given the strength of Xiao Sheng's soul, he could have held on for a while even under such pressure. With his status, he must have had some life-saving items. Whether he escaped back or rebuilt his physical body on the spot, it was possible. At the very least, he could have temporarily entrusted his soul to a magical item, which would have been enough for him to escape. But he was unlucky. As his physical body collapsed, he encountered a burst of pressure that struck his soul hard. His soul was severely injured, and soul injuries are the most troublesome. Minor injuries are manageable, but severe injuries are a headache. From the soul fire he saw earlier, Lin Moyu could tell that Xiao Sheng's soul was on the verge of collapse, ready to die at any moment. It was a miracle he was still alive. Xiao Sheng finally recovered, exhaling a long breath.
I should have died long ago. It's only thanks to a treasure that my soul remains intact, and I rebuild my physical body. But I can't leave this place. Only the pressure here can keep my soul stable. If I leave, my soul will collapse.
The omnipresent pressure was like countless large hands, squeezing Xiao Sheng's soul, which should have collapsed, together. This kept his soul from disintegrating, but it couldn't keep it stable forever. There was still a risk of collapse. No wonder Xiao Sheng had been silent for hundreds of years, as if he had disappeared. It turned out to be because of this. Lin Moyu asked,
What about senior brother Zhao's soul world?
Xiao Sheng smiled bitterly.
Soul world? There's no soul world anymore. To let the pressure act on my soul, I dismantled my soul world long ago.
Lin Moyu was shocked. Xiao Sheng was indeed extraordinary, willing to give up even his soul world. But if he hadn't, the pressure couldn't have acted directly on his soul, and he wouldn't have survived until now. Lin Moyu said,
Earlier, I noticed that senior brother Zhao's soul realm seemed peculiar.
Xiao Sheng chuckled.
Of course it's peculiar. I thought that perhaps by advancing to God's sovereign, I could repair my soul. So I advanced to God's sovereign. Unfortunately, while my soul did become stronger, the injuries remained and were not repaired.
As he spoke, Xiao Sheng raised his hand and lightly pointed in the void, and a brilliant star river appeared in the starry sky, summoning the projection of the Law Star River with a wave of his hand. This was the power of a god sovereign.
But in my current soul state, I can't enter the Law Star River or receive its baptism. I might be the weakest god sovereign, a god sovereign who has never entered the Law Star River and cannot mobilize its power. Isn't that funny?
Xiao Sheng spoke in an extremely calm tone. No wonder Lin Moyu found his state so strange. Stronger than a minor god sovereign, but not quite a true god sovereign. One could imagine that if Xiao Sheng's soul hadn't been injured, once he advanced to god sovereign, he would have been an extremely powerful one. After all, he had already killed a god sovereign while still a minor god sovereign. If he could fight across realms, he could certainly fight across levels. Moreover, Xiao Sheng had great ambitions. Lin Moyu felt that he came here to elevate his physical body to the extreme before advancing to God Sovereign. But something went wrong. Lin Moyu asked,
Is there a way to heal senior brother Zhao's injury? Yes.
Xiao Sheng gave a definite answer.
There is a way that might repair my soul. I need to enter the core area again and use the pressure there to forcibly squeeze my soul together and heal the injury. But doing so might also cause my soul to collapse, leading to my death. Don't laugh at me, junior brother Lin. I've been unable to make up my mind for so many years.
Xiao Sheng remained calm, having accepted reality over the years. Lin Moyu could understand Xiao Sheng's hesitation. The fear of death is a great terror, and few can face it without fear. It's normal to not fear death for a great cause, but making a life and death decision calmly is difficult. Xiao Sheng's attempt would be a matter of life and death. It required not only strong judgment to handle the pressure but also great luck. And he couldn't be disturbed during the process. If a spirit of the mysterious land appeared, Xiao Sheng's journey would be fraught with danger. Xiao Sheng looked at Lin Moyu.
I was hesitant and fearful before, but after meeting you today, I've made up my mind. I'll give it a try. If I fail, I'll die. If I succeed, I'll go to the battlefield and kill a few more god sovereigns for the human race. But junior brother Lin, take my advice. Proceed slowly and don't rush.
Xiao Sheng used his own experience to try to persuade Lin Moyu, but he knew it might not work. Top geniuses like Lin Moyu usually have their own ideas. Just like him, he had been advised before but didn't listen. Lin Moyu pondered.
Senior Brother Xiao, perhaps you don't need to take the risk.
Xiao Sheng was surprised.
What do you mean, Junior Brother Lin?
Lin Moyu's fingertips glowed white, transforming the undying law into the power of life, condensing it into a small bead at his fingertip. Now that he had reached the God King realm, condensing laws had become much easier. Lin Moyu condensed a bead of life power and handed it to Xiao Sheng.
Senior Brother Xiao, try absorbing this and see if it helps your soul.
Xiao Sheng was puzzled but didn't doubt it. He opened his mouth and absorbed the bead. The next second, Xiao Sheng's body glowed white, and his eyes revealed indescribable shock.
How is this possible?
1405 Chapter 1405. Saying 100 means not 99. Xiao Sheng's expression was extremely complex. Lin Moyu could see that Xiao Sheng's soul was being nourished by the power of life, and the once severely damaged soul was now healing. Originally, Xiao Sheng had relied on a treasure and continuous pressure to barely keep his soul intact, but it was full of holes and on the verge of collapse. Now, under the influence of the power of life, his soul was genuinely healing, not just being squeezed together. Xiao Sheng was very clear that his soul was truly beginning to recover. Although the recovery speed was not fast, as long as this trend continued, he would not die. Lin Moyu observed Xiao Sheng's reaction and was not surprised. After hearing Xiao Sheng's description earlier, Lin Moyu was confident he could heal his injury. His power of life had even saved He Renqing, whose soul was 2/3 damaged, so healing Xiao Sheng was not difficult. For Lin Moyu, this was a routine matter, but for Xiao Sheng, it was like a miracle. Xiao Sheng could hardly believe it. He looked at Lin Moyu and saw a brighter, pure white law sphere. Lin Moyu condensed the law again, creating a law sphere the size of a fist, much larger and more powerful than the previous bead. Xiao Sheng felt that if he could absorb this law sphere, his soul would fully recover. At that time, his soul could enter the Law Star River, receive its baptism, and truly become a god sovereign. Xiao Sheng's name would once again resound throughout the great world. Xiao Sheng held the law sphere in his palm, treating it as the most precious treasure. This pure white law sphere was his life, more important than any treasure. He felt the law sphere and initially thought it was the law of life, but then realized it was different. The law of life could help heal the soul but not cure it. Over the years, god sovereigns who mastered the law of life had tried to help him but failed. Xiao Sheng asked in a low voice,
Junior Brother Lin, what law is this?
Lin Moyu answered truthfully,
The law of immortality. The law of immortality?
Xiao Sheng had never heard of it before.
Is this a new law? It's so miraculous, it must be in the first tier.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly.
Senior Brother Xiao, this law sphere should heal your soul injury, but you must be careful. There is a black dot in the center of the law sphere. Do not touch or absorb it.
Xiao Sheng looked inside the law sphere and indeed saw a tiny black dot in the center. This black dot gave him a sense of danger, and he knew it would be harmful if absorbed. Xiao Sheng nodded.
I understand. Junior Brother Lin, I owe you a great debt.
Before he could finish, Lin Moyu interrupted.
We are both of the human race, Senior Brother Xiao. No need for such words. When you become a god sovereign, just kill a few more god sovereigns for us.
Xiao Sheng laughed heartily.
All right, it's a deal. When I get out, I'll kill 100 god sovereigns and bring their heads to you. It's a deal.
Lin Moyu was serious. If Xiao Sheng really brought him 100 god sovereign heads, he would gladly accept them. After all, god sovereign heads were the best weapons for him. Lin Moyu said,
Senior Brother Xiao, take your time to recover. I'll go explore inside.
This time, Xiao Sheng did not try to dissuade Lin Moyu. Knowing that Lin Moyu's law could heal souls, he believed Lin Moyu would be fine. After a few words of advice, Xiao Sheng watched Lin Moyu leave. Once Lin Moyu disappeared from sight, Xiao Sheng began to absorb the power of life from the law sphere. His body once again enveloped in pure white light. The pressure continued to increase, but for a God King realm body, this level of pressure was no longer an issue. In the 9th layer area, a first-tier God King body could easily withstand it. In the 10th layer area, a first-tier God King body could also barely withstand it. The difference was that the pressure in the 10th layer could affect a first-tier God King body, but this effect could steadily enhance the body's strength. As Xiao Shang said, in about 100 years, a first-tier God King body could be elevated to the 2nd tier. This enhancement was very gentle and without danger. Lin Moyu was naturally dissatisfied with this. He wanted to go beyond the 10th layer, to the deeper regions, to find the spirits of the mysterious land. The 10th layer area was empty, with no human cultivators training there. Very few could train their bodies to the God King realm, and often their cultivation would reach the God Sovereign realm before their bodies did. Once they became God Sovereigns, they could no longer come here. The laws of God Sovereigns were too strong and integrated with the Law Star River. Under pressure, the laws would automatically protect their masters, rendering the pressure here useless. Moreover, even if God Sovereigns killed the spirits of the mysterious land, the energy produced would be useless to them. This was why Xiao Shang came here as a minor God Sovereign, not after advancing to God Sovereign. Lin Moyu ignored the pressure, transforming into a stream of light and crossing the 10th layer area at a speed of 150,000 kilometers per second. After leaving the 10th layer and flying another 10 million kilometers, his body suddenly felt lighter as the pressure receded like a tide. Lin Moyu knew he had reached the core area of the mysterious land, where the Law Star was clearly visible. On the Law Star, countless laws were compressed by immense force, indicating the tremendous pressure there. But the area he was in now was very special. The pressure here fluctuated, sometimes as light as the 1st layer, sometimes far exceeding the 10th layer, making it the most chaotic pressure zone. This was also where the spirits of the mysterious land roamed. Lin Moyu had heard about their wonders from Xiao Shang but had never seen them. Killing the spirits of the mysterious land could enhance the body's strength. The more he killed, the higher the level, and the more exaggerated the enhancement. However, Xiao Shang did not know to what extent this enhancement could go. Upon arriving here, Lin Moyu had 4 tasks. First, to replenish his undead army. After reaching the God King realm, the number of undead in his army increased significantly, though he was unsure to what extent. Second, to find the spirits of the mysterious land, enhance his body, and test his spell strength. Finally, to summon the elemental lich. Standing in the void, Lin Moyu summoned a new skeleton god warrior, not from the spell star but a completely new one. In the next second, skeleton god mages, skeleton soul archers, death knights, and bone dragons appeared one after another, filling the void in an instant. 1406 Chapter 1406 One person destroying an entire race is not a dream. The 9-star spell formation was linked together. If one spell was triggered and Lin Moyu did not control it, it would link to the other spells. One by one, members of the Undead Legion appeared in the void at an astonishing speed. In the blink of an eye, they occupied a large area of space. Lin Moyu was completely surrounded by the Undead Legion, not just 3 layers inside and 3 layers outside. Above his head, below his feet, in all 8 directions, there were countless undead.
This number is a bit much.
The corner of Lin Moyu's mouth twitched slightly, the sheer number exceeding his imagination. It was only then that he noticed during his ascension to God King, each spell star had been absorbing power to enhance itself, increasing its fusion degree. However, because the Undying Law, Divine Power, and Talent Giant Tree were fundamentally different sources of power, they could not truly fuse together perfectly despite appearing fused. Under such circumstances, the spells could not be promoted to a perfect state. Later, the Infinite Fusion spell star forcefully intervened, combining all the forces and using the Chaos Law to fuse the 3 powers together before uniformly sending them to the other spell stars. This allowed the other spell stars to reach their current perfect state. Otherwise, Lin Moyu felt that the number of the Undead Legion would have been greatly reduced. The spell linkage was still ongoing, and the summoning had not stopped. Lin Moyu communicated with the spell stars, sensing the changes within, while also checking the attributes of the undead. As he expected, the three basic skeletons had all reached the third tier of the God King realm. The Death Knights and Bone Dragons had both reached the fourth tier of the God King realm. Originally, the Bone Dragon was about one tier stronger than the Death Knight, but after the unification by infinite fusion, their strengths were brought to the same level. What was compensated was the number of Bone Dragons increased to be the same as the Death Knights. To a certain extent, it seemed to have become weaker. However, with more numbers, more legions could be formed, allowing more legion rulers to exert their power. In this way, their overall strength actually became stronger.
Strange, no new legion rulers were summoned.
During the summoning process, he did not find any new legion rulers. Previously, when he converted the Lich generals into legion rulers, he had converted 1 million legion rulers in total. But only 15 of those legion rulers could actually exert their power, while the rest could not go into battle and could only serve as healers, which made Lin Moyu feel a bit awkward at the time. It was good that no new legion rulers were summoned this time, since he couldn't use them all anyway.
It seems I underestimated infinite fusion as spirituality a bit. This guy seems to be smarter than I imagined.
Lin Moyu thought to himself. Infinite fusion was like a king, seemingly fine-tuning his spell stars to make them more reasonable. In the soul world, Lin Moyu's soul looked up at infinite fusion. Infinite fusion seemed to be asleep, with no movement and a dimmer glow than usual. It had consumed a great deal of energy to fuse the spells and was resting and recovering. Lin Moyu was not in a hurry and waited patiently for the Undead Legion to be replenished. The Undead Legion appeared faster and faster, with increasing frequency, as if endless. From the True God realm to the God King realm, the expansion of the Undead Legion far exceeded Lin Moyu's imagination. Half a day later, Lin Moyu could no longer stand it and took the initiative to fly away, leaving the encirclement formed by the Undead Legion. The entire process was like flying out from the inside of a star, with obstacles everywhere. After finally flying out, he looked down at the Undead Legion from above. The space occupied by the Undead Legion had already exceeded the size of an ordinary life planet. The summoning was still ongoing. The Death Knights and Bone Dragons had stopped being summoned. Their quota had been filled. The Death Knights and Bone Dragons had both reached 10 million. Distributing them to the Legion rulers, 100 Death Knight legions and 100 Bone Dragon legions could be formed. With 200 Legion rulers, they could exert the combat power of the 9th tier of the God King realm. At the 8th tier of the God King realm, leading a legion entirely composed of 4th tier God King level warriors, with 100,000 in each legion. For any race, this would be considered a powerful legion. Lin Moyu had 200 such legions. Facing weaker races, Lin Moyu alone could wipe out an entire race. Even if those small races had 1 or 2 god sovereigns, they would not be able to stop Lin Moyu. The corpse explosion could instantly kill lower-level god sovereigns. The summoning of the 3 basic skeletons was still ongoing, with one after another emerging from some unknown world and entering the Great World. The aura of death enveloped this void, as if the world of death had descended upon this place, making one's heart fill with dread. An entire day later, the summoning finally stopped. At this point, Lin Moyu also knew the number of his Undead Legion. The 3 types of skeletons had all reached 50 million each. Adding them together, it was a total of 150 million. Each skeleton had the combat power of the 3rd tier of the God King realm. This was a vast and terrifying legion. Even when the demons came to kill him and formed their elite legions, they only had thousands of God King level warriors. In terms of numbers, he had completely formed an overwhelming advantage. Moreover, they could also fuse through spells to form skeleton god generals. A total of 50 million skeleton god generals, each reaching the 8th tier of the God King realm. Who would believe it if he said it out loud? The corners of Lin Moyu's mouth curved into a smile, his confidence in the great world growing stronger. The vast skeleton legion increased his defensive power to an unimaginable level. Over 1 billion undead would share the damage for him, and on top of that, there was over 100 million times damage reduction. He believed that even if he stood there and let a god sovereign attack him, they would not be able to kill him in 2 or 3 strikes. Suddenly, an invisible compression force appeared, and an area about 100 kilometers in diameter collapsed, with the space visibly caving in. The skeletons in the area were attacked. Their soul fires flickered violently, and their bodies creaked and groaned. The powerful compression force not only compressed their bodies but also compressed their souls. Just half a second later, the soul fires of these skeletons were extinguished. At this time, undying undead took effect, reviving the skeletons. Lin Moyu watched thoughtfully.
The skeletons have an overall strength at the third tier of the God-King realm. Although their physical strength is not as strong as a true third-tier God-King realm body, their defense is not much weaker. Their bodies can withstand the compression force, but their souls cannot. The soul is much more fragile than the body, and the skeletons do not have a soul world for protection, and their body structure is also different. Fortunately, the compression force only appeared for an instant, causing one instance of damage, which is not too worrying. If the compression force fell on me, my body alone would not be able to withstand it, and I would have to use damage transfer. I don't know if the compression force just now was the strongest level.
Lin Moyu compared and judged whether he could withstand such a sudden attack. The result of his analysis was that without using damage transfer, he could not withstand it. With damage transfer, there would be no pressure at all. This was not much different from his judgment before coming here. Lin Moyu transformed into a commander and released all the undead legion for review. Finally, he distributed the Death Knights and Bone Dragons to the legion rulers, forming 100 legions each. He had originally thought of forming a group army, but considering the scale of the group army in the Gloomy Marsh, his small efforts would not be presentable. Binding the entire undead legion together would only be the scale of their small squad. After the distribution, Lin Moyu withdrew the undead legion and took out the Buddha statue. His eyes flickered with light.
It's your turn.
1407 1407. Chapter 1407. I am the grandson of the ancient Buddha. The seated Buddha statue was formed by a Buddha who condensed all his power and sat down to transform. If this Buddha statue were obtained by a member of the Buddha clan, it would be an invaluable treasure. The Buddha clan members could absorb the power within to enhance themselves and elevate their realm. Especially for a minor bodhisattva like Xiaoming Wang, he could even use the power within to condense a Buddha kingdom. The significance of a Buddha kingdom is equivalent to a perfect ascension to the God-sovereign realm. A Buddha with a Buddha kingdom not only has power far surpassing other Buddhas of the same realm but also paves the way to higher levels. This is why Xiaoming Wang Bodhisattva risked entering the Gloomy Marsh to obtain the seated Buddha statue and condense a Buddha kingdom in one fell swoop. Unfortunately, the seated Buddha statue was obtained by Lin Moyu, and Xiaoming Wang Bodhisattva returned empty-handed. When the seated Buddha statue falls into the hands of a non-Buddha clan member, its value is greatly reduced. It becomes merely a very good God-sovereign realm material, still highly valuable but incomparable to its value to a Buddha clan member.
The best course of action for Lin Moyu would be to sell it to the Buddha clan through special channels. He would surely gain immense benefits, possibly exchanging it for several God's sovereign realm materials.
Anyone else might have sold it, but Lin Moyu, being who he is, took an interest in using it to summon an elemental lich. Lin Moyu looked at the seated Buddha statue in his hand, a strange expression on his face. He felt that the seated Buddha statue seemed to have a touch of spirituality.
Is it because the Buddha condensed all his essence, giving rise to spirituality? But if it's a spiritual material, why is there no reaction from infinite fusion?
Lin Moyu found it odd but didn't think too deeply and directly cast the spell. Stellar level spell. Summon elemental lich. As the spell unfolded, the seated Buddha statue immediately emitted a blinding light. The Buddha statue softened and began to change shape.
It works.
Lin Moyu was delighted. It could indeed be used for summoning. If it couldn't be used, the spell would fail, and the material would remain unchanged. Now that the spell was successful, the material was changing. Under the power of the spell, invisible rules descended, and the Buddha statue quickly melted. In a blink of an eye, The Buddha statue had turned into a mass of soft liquid. This liquid could be considered the essence of the Buddha statue, the true essence. Suddenly, the liquid began to tremble violently, with spike-like protrusions appearing on its surface, as if someone inside was struggling. At the same time, waves of Buddhist chants emanated from it, followed by an angry roar.
Stop!
Lin Moyu's expression turned to one of realization.
No wonder I felt a bit of spirituality. It turns out there's a Buddha hidden inside.
The small Buddha trapped in the gloomy marsh had, in his final moments, ascended to Buddha but was too late to save himself. So he sat down and transformed into the Buddha statue. However, he did not truly die but hid his soul within the Buddha statue, clinging to a last hope. If the Buddha statue had been obtained by Xiao Ming Wang Bodhisattva, he could have returned to the Buddha clan, rebuilt his body, and gained new life. He might even have taken over Xiao Ming Wang Bodhisattva's body. If obtained by someone else, he could still escape. Even a God-sovereign's soul alone has the power to save itself. Moreover, if someone else obtained it, they would likely sell it to the Buddha clan. Unfortunately, it fell into Lin Moyu's hands, and he used it to summon an elemental lich. Under the mysterious rules, the spell continued to refine it, aiming to erase his consciousness. No matter how much he shouted to stop, it was futile. Once the spell was cast, Lin Moyu couldn't stop it. If he forcibly interrupted it, the material, including the soul inside, would be destroyed. Lin Moyu shook his head.
You should have left 1,000 years ago. Rest in peace.
He had no goodwill towards the Buddha clan and would not sacrifice such good material for them. Lin Moyu always acted according to his interests and weighed the pros and cons. Balancing the two, he made his decision. The Buddha's voice sounded again.
Please, friend, stop. I am the Buddha of joy. I can promise you two God's sovereign realm treasures.
Lin Moyu remained unmoved, the summoning spell continuing to refine him. Perhaps because of the Buddha's presence, the refining process was slow, much slower than before. The Buddha of joy struggled frantically but could not resist the spell's refining. Although his soul was at the Buddha realm, he had only become a Buddha before his death and was not a true Buddha. He had not entered the Law Star River or received its baptism. In this respect, he was similar to Xiao Sheng. The world is full of wonders. Lin Moyu had thought Xiao Sheng's case was unique, but now he encountered another similar one. The Buddha of joy pleaded several more times, offering many promises, even agreeing to give 4 God's sovereign realm treasures. For God's sovereign realm treasures are an unimaginable fortune. Many God sovereigns still use God King realm treasures. Lin Moyu remained unmoved and even mocked.
They say the Buddha clan is wealthy, but I didn't expect them to be this rich, giving away God's sovereign realm treasures so easily. But you haven't returned to the Buddha clan for 1,000 years and were only a minor God's sovereign before. Such empty promises are hard to believe.
The Buddha of joy, seeing Lin Moyu's slight hesitation, quickly said,
I hold a special position in the Buddha clan.
Lin Moyu raised an eyebrow, his voice softening.
What makes you special? Are you a Buddha's son?
In the Buddha clan, a Buddha's son is equivalent to a top elite, a genius cultivated with all the clan's resources. A Buddha's son holds a high status, comparable to an ordinary Buddha. The Buddha of joy immediately said,
No, I am more noble than a Buddha's son. I am the grandson of the ancient Buddha.
Ancient Buddha? Lin Moyu had never heard this term before. His mind raced.
Above Arhat is Bodhisattva, and above Bodhisattva is Buddha. A Buddha's son is equivalent to many Buddhas in status. If he says he is more noble than a Buddha's son, it means he is higher than many Buddhas. He says he is the grandson of the ancient Buddha.
With this thought, the identity of the ancient Buddha became clear to Lin Moyu. It was an existence beyond the God sovereign, comparable to the great figures in the human race, similar to Su Qingyang's status.
Indeed a big figure, he must know a lot.
Lin Moyu smiled inwardly, planning to extract more information from him. With a hint of surprise in his voice, he said,
You are the grandson of the ancient Buddha? You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
The Buddha of Joy snorted.
A monk does not lie. I would not deceive you.
Lin Moyu suddenly said,
But isn't it forbidden for the Buddha clan to marry and have children? How can there be descendants?
The Buddha of Joy, with a hint of disdain, said,
You don't understand. Our Buddha clan has many paths, one of which is the path of joy, which allows marriage and children.
Another piece of information. The Buddha clan has always been mysterious, and little information about them circulates in the great world. What does exist is often hearsay, hard to verify. Lin Moyu pretended not to have heard of the path of joy.
I've never heard of the path of joy. You might be making it up. If you can give a convincing reason, I might stop.
1408 1408 Chapter 1408 Buddha Kingdom Lich True Sight. The refining process of summoning the elemental lich continued. Despite the Buddha of Joy's desperate resistance, he couldn't hold out for long. Lin Moyu didn't expect the refining power of the summoning spell to be so strong. Even with the Buddha of Joy's full resistance, he could only delay the process, not reverse it. The Buddha of Joy fell silent, seemingly contemplating how to convince Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was in no hurry, patiently waiting like a hunter waiting for a rabbit to fall into a trap. A few seconds later, the Buddha of Joy's voice sounded again, but this time his tone had changed.
You're deceiving me.
Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback.
You figured it out?
But his tone remained unchanged.
I don't need to deceive you. If you can give me a convincing reason and swear an oath to the great world to give me 4 God's sovereign realm treasures, I can let you go.
The Buddha of Joy's voice sounded again.
No, you're deceiving me. You don't even know what an ancient Buddha is. You're just trying to get more information about the Buddha clan from me.
Lin Moyu cursed inwardly.
How did this guy suddenly get enlightened?
He then noticed that in the center of the liquid being refined, a soul was flashing with Buddha light.
A secret technique of the Buddha clan?
Lin Moyu's heart tightened. It seemed that the Buddha of Joy's sudden enlightenment was not due to understanding but because of a secret technique of the Buddha clan. The various secret techniques of the Buddha clan were extremely mysterious, and Lin Moyu was very wary of them. The Buddha of Joy used a secret technique to see through Lin Moyu's thoughts and said,
You should already know the greatness of the ancient Buddha. I am the grandson of the ancient Buddha. If you don't want to face the wrath of the ancient Buddha, release me immediately. In that case, I can let bygones be bygones. Since you saved me from the gloomy marsh, I will still give you some compensation.
His attitude changed, becoming more assertive. The previous promises were gone, and he only agreed to give a little compensation. Lin Moyu, with a hint of coldness, said,
You seem to think you have me cornered.
The Buddha of Joy said,
I am the grandson of the ancient Buddha. If you kill me, the ancient Buddha will sense it, and you will die too. And I am also a Buddha of the Buddha clan. Do you know what it means to kill a Buddha? Even the god sovereigns of the human race can't protect you.
Lin Moyu didn't know what secret technique the Buddha of Joy used to change his attitude so drastically. He had to admit this secret technique was quite interesting. Lin Moyu also found it amusing.
It's not like I haven't killed a Buddha before.
As soon as he said this, the Buddha of Joy fell silent. Lin Moyu sensed that the Buddha of Joy was fluctuating violently, as if he was using another secret technique. Lin Moyu stopped speaking. There was no need to say more. The fate of the Buddha of Joy was already sealed. The refining process of summoning the elemental lich was nearing its end. The materials that made up the Buddha statue had been mostly refined. No matter how hard the Buddha of Joy tried, he could only delay the refining process, not stop it. At this moment, the materials were exhausted, and the soul of the Buddha of Joy lost its protection. Lin Moyu finally saw his true form. He was also bald but lacked the dignified appearance of the Buddha clan. Instead, he looked somewhat wretched. His appearance was very similar to that of the human race. No, he was indeed human. Lin Moyu saw clearly that he was human, a member of the human race who had joined the Buddha clan. Perhaps his ancestors had joined the Buddha clan from the human race. For whatever reason, Lin Moyu didn't like such people. A nameless fire ignited from the depths of the Buddha of Joy's soul, and his soul was burned by the flames, causing him to scream in agony.
No, you can't kill me. The ancient Buddha will kill you, and you won't escape.
The Buddha of Joy screamed frantically, his entire soul writhing in pain. Wrapped in the elemental lich spell, he couldn't escape. The spell treated him as part of the material, refining him with a powerful and mysterious rule. Lin Moyu shook his head.
I believe the ancient Buddha can't kill me.
The human race also had great figures who wouldn't fear the ancient Buddha. If the ancient Buddha could really break into the human race's territory and kill him, then the great figures of the human race might as well hang themselves. So such threats didn't scare Lin Moyu at all. Just like when he killed a Buddha before, it was the human race that came knocking, making the Buddha clan suffer without daring to make a sound. This showed that the human race was the truly powerful side. The flames rose, and the gray-white flames completely engulfed the soul of the Buddha of Joy. The screams of the Buddha of Joy were earth-shattering, lasting for a full 5 minutes before gradually weakening and finally disappearing. The soul of the Buddha of Joy lost its movement, no longer screaming in pain as the flames burned, as if it no longer felt pain. In the next second, the soul of the Buddha of Joy collapsed, merging with the previously refined materials. A Buddha sound echoed, as if coming from the 9 heavens, and an elemental lich appeared before Lin Moyu. This elemental lich was about 10 meters tall, seemingly both real and illusory, with a dignified appearance. He didn't stand but sat cross-legged in the void, emitting golden light. From a distance, he looked like a Buddha, because the material used to summon him was a seated Buddha statue. His aura was very similar to that of the Buddha clan.
What kind of lich is this?
Lin Moyu found it amusing that he had summoned a Buddha. With a thought, he checked the lich's information. Buddha Kingdom Lich. Realm. Minor God Sovereign. Grade. High. Growth limit. None. Spells. Buddha Kingdom in Hand. True Sight. Buddha Kingdom in Hand transforms an area into a Buddha Kingdom, allowing the user to alter the strength of the laws within. Can weaken one law by up to 50% while strengthening another by up to 50%, effective even against the Law Star River of God Sovereigns. True Sight peers into the laws of fate, discerning truth from falsehood. Can be used to glimpse a future fragment or detect someone's true intentions. Ineffective against God Sovereigns. Usable 3 times a day. After checking the Buddha Kingdom Lich's information, Lin Moyu was slightly surprised. He actually had 2 spells. The first spell, Buddha Kingdom in Hand, was equivalent to creating a combat environment. In this environment, his side's laws would be strengthened by 50%, while the enemy's laws would be weakened by 50%. It was a powerful support spell, greatly enhancing his side's advantage in the Buddha Kingdom in Hand. Whether used with other elemental liches or the Undead Legion, the effect would be excellent.
I wonder how large the area is and whether it can work with Bone Hell.
Lin Moyu thought to himself that if it could work with Bone Hell, the effect would be even more astonishing. But even if it couldn't, it was still a good spell. The second spell, True Sight, could peer into the laws of fate, discerning truth from falsehood. No wonder the Buddha of Joy used this spell to see through his true intentions. He didn't expect the Buddha clan to have a secret technique related to the laws of fate. The laws of fate are among the top tier, perhaps not as powerful as the laws of space, but more mysterious and unpredictable.
The secret techniques of the Buddha clan are indeed powerful.
Lin Moyu had to admit this. Suddenly, he felt a chill from the depths of his soul. His soul frantically warned him of danger. 1409. Chapter 1409. Ancient Buddha's Palm. Karma's Retribution. Danger. 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 The soul continuously issued warnings, and the talent giant tree was also shaking wildly, transmitting signals of danger. Lin Moyu's eyes were calm as he remained composed, commanding the Buddha Kingdom Lich to use True Sight. His eyes scanned the surroundings but found nothing. Not only could his own eyes see nothing, but the undead vision also saw nothing, and even the soul's perception found nothing. However, the soul's sense of danger was never wrong. Danger was definitely approaching. Since his soul reached the peak of the 4th grade, the realm of Jade Soul turning purple, his sensitivity to danger had become extremely strong. The Buddha Kingdom Lich's eyes narrowed slightly, its dignified appearance unchanged, and the use of true sight was silent and undetectable. Even Lin Moyu, the master, felt nothing as true sight was used. Immediately, Lin Moyu received a piece of information. The information was very vague, but it let Lin Moyu know what was about to happen. A Buddha's palm was crossing the endless void, coming towards him. The Buddha's palm seemed to have locked onto him, heading straight for him, unavoidable. Lin Moyu knew which ancient Buddha had made a move. He didn't know where the ancient Buddha was or how he had locked onto him, but the ancient Buddha had struck a palm at him. True sight only provided this result but did not offer a solution or predict Lin Moyu's fate. Fate is always changing, and nothing is set in stone. Lin Moyu knew he had to save himself. Escaping was not an option. However, he was not panicked. He had trump cards and would not die. What he considered was how to get through this crisis without using his trump cards. The wings of the undead spread out, attempting to sever the lock. The result was disappointing. No one had locked onto him, so there was nothing to sever. The ancient Buddha's palm, crossing space, used a method Lin Moyu could not yet understand to attack. No matter how he dodged, he could not avoid it. The only option was to take it head-on. Outside the mysterious land, Zhu Qiwu suddenly felt a chill. He saw a huge palm print suddenly appear outside the mysterious land and then fly inside. When the palm print appeared, it was accompanied by bursts of Buddha sounds. But these Buddha sounds were eerie, like the whispers of evil spirits from hell.
Ancient Buddha's palm, karma's retribution.
Zhu Qiwu immediately thought of Lin Moyu because Lin Moyu had the seated Buddha statue. Besides that, he couldn't think of anything else that would warrant the ancient Buddha's intervention. He did not pursue it, knowing he couldn't catch up, and instead closed his eyes immediately. Sitting outside Fortress Number 10, Zhu Qiwu's main body suddenly erupted with a strong aura. He sent out a message as quickly as possible, muttering to himself,
"I hope it's not too late. I hope it's not too late."
Not only his main body but also his avatar outside the mysterious land was saying the same thing. Although he said it, he knew the hope was slim. Having witnessed the methods of those great figures, he was well aware of the ancient Buddha's capabilities. The Buddha sounds in the mysterious land grew stronger, almost instantly enveloping the entire area. The pressure in the mysterious land was useless against the Buddha's palm. The Buddha sounds, like the whispers of evil spirits, made people feel restless. The cultivators in the mysterious land were all awakened. In the 5th layer area, the cultivators saw the ancient Buddha's palm print flying rapidly from the void.
What is that? That's the Buddha clan's Buddha sound. Why is the Buddha clan here? And it's a Buddha's palm. How dare the Buddha clan act recklessly in the human territory?
Someone with a fiery temper immediately took out a magical weapon and attacked the ancient Buddha's palm print. With a loud bang, the ancient Buddha's palm print remained intact, but the attacker exploded on the spot, dying instantly. A human god king perished just like that. Everyone looked at each other, not daring to act rashly. The ancient Buddha's palm print ignored everyone else and flew straight into the depths. The 6th layer, the 7th layer, the 8th layer. The ancient Buddha's palm print passed through unimpeded, with no one daring to stop it. Although they recognized it as a Buddha clan's palm print, most people exercised restraint, not knowing its depth. In the 9th layer, Xiao Sheng was awakened. Seeing the ancient Buddha's palm print flying from the void, he was shocked.
That's the ancient Buddha's palm print.
His knowledge far surpassed that of other cultivators, recognizing the origin of the palm print at a glance. Facing the ancient Buddha's palm print, even he did not dare to act rashly. If it were a Buddha's palm, he might dare to block it. But an ancient Buddha's palm, he knew, meant certain death if touched. He was terrified, watching the palm print until it disappeared from sight.
How could an ancient Buddha's palm print appear here? Could it be?
He looked in the direction where the ancient Buddha's palm print disappeared, exclaiming in disbelief.
Junior brother Lin!
He realized that the ancient Buddha's palm print was targeting Lin Moyu. Xiao Sheng steeled himself and flew towards the depths without hesitation. He knew he couldn't save Lin Moyu. An ancient Buddha's palm, even a peak god sovereign might not be able to block it. All he could do was collect Lin Moyu's body. Yes, just to collect the body. Even for this, Xiao Sheng disregarded his own safety. His soul had not yet recovered, making it unsuitable to enter the core area. But he went anyway. He flew quickly, chasing the ancient Buddha's palm print. But unfortunately, he couldn't keep up and only saw a faint light in the end. In the core area, Lin Moyu was already prepared. Since he couldn't avoid it, he would face it head-on. Through true sight, he knew the ancient Buddha's palm print was strong. But it was a single strike, without roots or sources, and had its limits. He still had a chance. The undead army formed a large line, standing in front of Lin Moyu. The three basic skeletons all formed into skeleton generals. Behind them were the Legion rulers. Then came the Death Knights and Bone Dragons, and the Legion rulers without legions. Finally, there was the Skeleton King. Using 1 billion skeletons to summon the Skeleton King, it had the combat power of a minor god sovereign, not weaker than Xiao Ming Wang Bodhisattva. Lin Moyu stood at the back of the formation, holding a bone sword. Lin Moyu found it amusing. Long ago, in the small world, he had used such tactics, using skeletons as meat shields to block the opponent's attacks. 1 billion skeletons as meat shields, forming a line, stood in front of Lin Moyu. The Buddha sounds echoed in his ears, like the whispers of evil spirits, growing stronger. This Buddha sound made one doubt the Buddha clan's dignity, sounding more demonic than demons. Lin Moyu did not regret summoning the Buddha Kingdom Lich.
People must take responsibility for their choices. Regret is not in my dictionary.
His eyes focused, finally seeing the ancient Buddha's palm print. Thanks to True Sight's prediction, he knew the flight path of the ancient Buddha's palm print. As the ancient Buddha's palm print flew closer, Lin Moyu's entire body glowed. 2 original spells activated simultaneously, his aura rising rapidly. God King 2nd tier, 3rd tier, 9th tier, Minor God Sovereign. At this moment, Lin Moyu's realm reached Minor God Sovereign, stronger than ever before. After ascending to God King, his soul power became abundant, and the talent giant tree's replenishment speed increased significantly. Without any replenishment, Lin Moyu could maintain this state for a full 2 minutes. 2 minutes were enough to decide life and death. With the strong soldier spell's blessing, the undead army's damage increased tenfold. The skeleton generals raised their long swords and slashed fiercely at the ancient Buddha's palm print. 1410.